I am one of the co-founders of Now Novel, and I'm a published author. I wrote Strange Nervous Laughter when I was 25, and then I recently published The Grief Handbook. My role at Now Novel is, I suppose, on the creative side. I worked very closely with the team setting up the process and kind of getting in the mind of a writer looking to write their first book, and I offer creative input as necessary.
I'm one of the co-founders of Now Novel. I'm a software developer by training, and I'm responsible for all the tech. So that's basically making sure that the website is running smoothly and that everyone's getting their emails.
Help us determine what our product roadmap would be. So how we find the best products to help our writers out. I work with the rest of the team to help turn that into a reality. My sister Bridget, who had written and published books in South Africa and in the States, had always been asked, what is her secret? How did she write a book? And I did some investigation into writers. And what we found is that the biggest challenge people had was that they didn't know how to start writing a book.
My short answer was, well, you sit down and write every day and eventually you get enough words and that's a novel. But that's not very helpful. And so I teamed up with Brendan and with Dagmar, and we started working on how we could break down the components of writing a novel into something that's a little bit more manageable. And that was where Now Novel came from.
My greatest joy is that when people tell me that they find the website and the process easy to use and understand. That's how I know that I've been doing my job well. Writing a book is a big commitment and it takes a long time. So our biggest challenge is keeping members active and motivated.
When people actually finish their books, it's such a huge undertaking and it's such a life goal realized. I think it's just extraordinary. So any person who has finished a book with Now Novel, it fills me with great joy. The greatest challenge has been, and I think will continue to be, figuring out how to help people stay motivated. I think we all want to have written a book. We don't all necessarily want to write a book, because writing, despite the impression on the outside, is not glamorous. It's just every day plugging away and trying to get to the end. And so I would love if one day in the distant future we could figure out how to keep people motivated, because it's not a sprint, it's a very long marathon.
The greatest joy remains that on a day-by-day basis, we are helping people achieve their dream of writing a book. It's really a joy to see people achieve what they want to achieve. The greatest challenge is always starting something from the bottom up is a challenge. You have to understand who the right people are, understand what the right product is to build, understand how to get people towards your product and interacting with your product, and then on how to improve it.
Awesome for newbies because it does follow a kind of step-by-step process. So it leads you by the hand and it shows you what to do first, what to do next. There's a lot of structure for trying to figure it out, so you're not just left staring at a blank screen. And I think it's awesome for experienced writers because there's this whole coaching aspect where you know you're going to be with a published author who can really help you get to where you need to go next. It's a lot of individualized attention. And also for everyone, that there are real humans behind the scenes. We don't have any AI bots. It's just a lot of people who really want to help you succeed.
And our process was designed to help people who didn't know where to start. But as we've grown over the last 10 years, we're now a place where writers can work on developing their stories further and also learn more about the craft of writing, which is something all writers, no matter how experienced they are, want to do.
The Now Novel process is great because it gives you a good outline of what you need to write, but knowing what you need to write is half of the story, or not half of the story, but there's also the process of understanding more about the art of writing. So we've got courses that do that. Writing is a fairly solitary pursuit. So having to do something only by yourself is a bit lonely. It's a bit tough. So it's helpful to have a coach. Now, a coach is useful to be there for you and to help you in the process of writing your novel, because they can let you know what kind of missteps you might run into, or at least let you know, help you with the challenges. And then there's groups and critiques and things like that where you can chat to other people who are also involved in the process. You can share your war stories and carry on with them.
We're here to help writers succeed. But I think in 10 years' time, Now Novel should be a platform for authors and writers to connect on their journey and work together using our process.
We will continue to understand the challenges that people are going through with their writing, and we'll continue to finesse our product in order to adapt to that. We're not just a faceless corporation, or we're not just an interface that they get to work with. We're about the people.
Is if Now Novel is one of the answers to, oh, I want to write a book, I wonder where I should go. It doesn't have to be the only answer. We're not aiming to be like the only household name, but I think we have a really special offering. I think the human touch and the high touch, like the level of involvement that we have, the real joy that we take in people finishing their books and in working on their books and in taking joy in the everyday act of writing. I would love for Now Novel to be the answer. Oh, so you want to write a book? You should try Now Novel. That's what I'd like to see.